everyone, my name is Aylar and I'm a third year student at the University of Kansas, and today I would like to tell you more about some challenges of studying in the United States of America. Transportation is probably one of the biggest challenges that international students face in the US. If you don't live in a big city, unfortunately the public transportation is not going to be the greatest, and you would probably need to buy a car. Owning a car could also be quite expensive. Not only do you have to make a pretty large purchase, you would also need to be paying monthly insurance payments, you need to obtain your driving license, you need to take care of the car so it runs smoothly, and all in all, these expenses add up pretty quick and end up being quite a large chunk of money. And while the University of Kansas provides free bus passes to its students, the bus system can be challenging to navigate as some buses don't run too late or too early in the day. At the same time, if I needed to go to the airport, I would need to ask a friend for a ride, and this can at times be challenging, as asking other people and relying on their help is not very sustainable. Another big challenge and thing that got me some time to get adjusted to was imperial system in the United States. In Turkmenistan, we use metric system, which means that we use centimeters, meters, kilograms, liters, and Celsius. In the United States, on the other hand, they use different types of measurements. When I first went to a grocery store to get some beef, I was pleasantly surprised by how affordable it was. But then later at the checkout, I learned that it wasn't the price per kilogram as I had been used to, but it was price per pound. 1 pound is roughly equal half a kilogram, so the price that I was paying wasn't actually for the whole thing, it was just the half of it. So now whenever I go to the grocery store, I have to do some math beforehand, and I have to multiply the numbers by roughly 2 to get the price. For example, here you can see the price, but you can't really trust it because it shows only in pound. Unless you're used to the system, it will be somewhat difficult to figure out prices right away. And this is applied to both beef, chicken, fish, fruit, and vegetables, pretty much anything that you have to weigh before buying, and this can at times be intimidating. But the challenges of imperial system don't stop here. Whenever I ask someone for weather, they would typically respond 39, which would be in Fahrenheit, but I'm used to Celsius, so I always have to do that conversion as well. Another thing that can get some time to get used to is that in the United States you have to pay taxes on top of the price that is displayed. For example, here you can see all the things that I purchased and the subtotal was $22.14, but that's not the price I'm paying because I have to pay $2.06 in tax. Another level of challenge to this is that every state has its own rate of tax. So for example, in Kansas it's 9.3, in Washington it was 11%, so you would have to adjust for that as well. Naturally, all things considered, this is not a big deal, but at the same time, being at the store, having to add that tax ahead before you have to go to checkout can also be very challenging. Compared to the great experience of studying in the United States, these challenges are not a big deal, and I would strongly encourage you considering studying in the US.